Jason from the Jason and Jabari Gaming, and today I have a special guest, guys. Today I have Yoon Nam, aka Oddyssey, with me on call, and just like last time when Infamous and Matt decided my rank ups, he also will be deciding my rank up. So huge shout out to Yoon. I really appreciate this, man. Thank you so much. Um, Guys, the goal is to make my battlegrounds deck a bit stronger. So he does have a screenshot of most of my champions in my battlegrounds deck, and he is aware of some of rank ups that most of you are not. So he will be kind of explaining his rationale for why he decided the champions that he is going to decide from. So we'll just pretty much have a casual conversation about it. But for you guys' viewing pleasure, I will go to said champion, kind of let you guys look over them, all that stuff, their sig level and things of that nature while he's discussing the champions that he's talking about. But without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Yoon.
Thanks, Jason. Just for brief introductions, you and I go by Odyssey and MCOC. I appear quite frequently in Jason streams and KT streams also, so some people might know me. And I gotta say, it's a pleasure to be helping you with your BG rank ups.
Ah, man, I appreciate it. We don't want to see a R4 Groot next, right? taking him, taking him into BGs. Oh man, but yes, man, thank you so much. And yeah, guys, he definitely is a member of the community that is well known, at least by the most people that I know. He's a very good BG's player. He has been Celestial One, which is ranked number one in the world. And he kicks my butt a lot, so I highly respect him. Highly respect him. He's on another level that I'm trying to obtain, and yeah, man, I think his mindset with his rank ups is part of that process. So hopefully this will assist me become a little bit better at this game, right? Uh,
I, mean,
so
I, I hope so, man. I hope so.
so if you want to kind of give like a top three and why, and then kind of
Uh-huh.
choose out of the three or however you want to do it, it's completely fine. Just as long as you explain to the audience why you are selecting these champions and more specifically critiqued for me and my deck and what you think I'm lacking or what I need in order to be a little bit more competitive.
hmm So, I mean, since you're going for rank 4 choices, I thought it'd be best to just even out the distribution of R4s across the different classes.
Okay.
So from what I see, you have two skill rank fours, um,
Yes.
two cosmic rank fours,
Uh, yes.
three tech rank fours in your deck currently, besides Kane, which I don't think you're going to be using in the upcoming BG season.
Unless it has like power control that we need, most likely, I probably won't
Unfortunately,
use it. Yeah,
not.
yeah, unfortunately not. Yeah, but yeah,
And
there's
then with
three.
the new addition of Doom, you now have two Mystic rank fours.
Correct.
But then currently in your deck, you only have one rank four in the Science and Mutant departments.
That is absolutely correct. Yes.
So, it just came to me naturally. I think the obvious choices for you to rank for right now, respectively in each class, is for Mutant, firstly Domino.
Okay.
So, my rationale for why I came to the conclusion of Domino for Mutant is you're starting off with two potential candidates for rank 4 here, and that's Domino and Archangel. And while Archangel at rank 4 is really formidable, I mean, he really takes down almost any and all fights as an R3 as it is. But the thing is, Archangel is still very much a potent ban option. And I mean, I don't personally have an R3 Archangel myself, but my thinking is if I did have a rank 3 Archangel, I would try to keep him in my deck to have as many available attack options as possible, especially with the spectrum of champions that Archangel can take.
Mhm.
and I'll leave it up to the opponent to ban my Archangel if he sees fit. But then, if it is obvious that the Archangel is rank 4, he would probably be banned most of the time. So I figured Domino would be a better option here because not only is she great for defense, which is what I'll be getting to later, but she is also a pretty good attack if RNG allows. And the
Okay.
reason why I think she still stands out as a great defender is, if we come to think about it, out of all the champs that people bring to BGs, we have only one definite fast counter to Domino, and that's Nimrod.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, there are other champs that can handle Domino. We could think like Guardian, we could
Yes.
think Omega Sentinel, we
Mhm.
could think Warlock. But the thing about it is, Omega Sentinel's arguably not the fastest champion in MCOC, especially when it comes to BG fights, because it does take a bit of time for her to ramp up and then shoot that SB2, and even then, it's not that fast. And if you
Right.
think about Warlock and Guardian, they do still take crit fail damage. Guardian arguably less, but they do still get it.
Okay.
So the thing about it is there is some chance that the opponent is going to get Nimrod definitely, and the idea of having to face a R4 Domino, even if the opponent does have access to an Archangel or Herc, it still poses a bit of a threat to them, especially with the upcoming nodes for EG Season 2.
Okay.
Because week 1, it's Mixmaster, and the other node makes the attacker's true strike, true accuracy, and true sense fail. So we could immediately think about how she's such a pain in the ass there.
Yeah.
And then week 2, the defender has a 60% chance to auto block basic attacks. I mean, we don't even have to think about it. Dominant would be such a pain there, even with Nimrod. And then week 3, when the defender is knocked down, they get a cruelty passive. And when the defender strikes the attacker's block, the defender regenerates 5% of damage dealt. And we all know how difficult it is to parry Domino, unless it's with OS or Nimrod. And then of course week 4 is crit me with your best shot. So if you think about it, she, as much of a pain as she is already, will be even more of a pain then. And I think having Domino in your hand and forcing the opponent to ban your Domino is arguably better than having an R4 Archangel in your hand and forcing the opponent to ban him. I just think it leaves you with much more potent options for attack.
Okay. Okay.
So, with that kind of a thinking, that's my choice for the mutant class. And then for the science class, I think it's less, how should I say it, as urgent of a class as it is because you do have so many good options for science.
Okay.
But I think the standout candidates in the science class are iBomb and Torch. And out of those two, I would say go for iBomb over Torch because, I mean, I guess it's the same thing here. Rank 4 Torch would definitely be crazy, but somebody's going to ban him, especially if he's R4. And then Torch in defense, he's not as potent of an option. But if you think about iBomb, there is a large spectrum of champions he can take. So he happens to be pretty good in defense. So, I mean, it is up to me.
It is
So I would
up to
say go
you.
for eyeball.
Okay. It
So,
absolutely is.
yeah. And then, I mean, if we had to choose one out of those two options, I say go for Domino, man. Definitely
Okay.
a much scarier option in defense than iBomb.
Okay.
And then added pluses, a lot of these defenders in BGs, especially if you're given a node where your nuke options are limited, say for example like Bulwark this past season,
Uh huh.
I think it most often happens that skill defenders happen to be the hardest to take down, and the spectrum of attackers that are available for those defenders is more limited than our other classes. Because if you think about the mutant class, like Man-Thing, Sasquatch, Doom, of course it's best to have a science attacker for that. But if you come to think about it, it can still be taken by other classes. Omega Ray could take down Man-Thing easily.
do it to me all the time.
I mean, Diablo could take down Man Thing, and
Yes.
then if you think about like Sasquatch, any nuke option can take him down. AA nukes him. Same goes for Doom. AA nukes him. You could take him with the Shang-Chi. I think I've seen you do that before.
Yes. Yes. I'm actually quite comfortable with that fight. Shang-Chi versus Doctor Doom. Actually, now there are some drawbacks to it, though. There are some drawbacks. It is risky, but I think I'm just at a comfort level that it I don't know. That's just how I could put it because as you well know, like with iBomb, I'll go class disadvantage and I'll take a Killmonger with iBomb
Hmm.
and I'll finish that with 100% health. It takes a little longer, or I'll go against a Mole Man with iBomb,
Exactly.
and I'm just comfortable with those type of fights. I don't know.
Exactly my point. So I figure, but then when you think about the skill class, I mean, of course, Nick Fury can be taken with most nuke options, but if you consider the tactical charges, it does come to reason that it is easiest to take down Nick Fury with Mutant Attacker. And if you think about other options like Korg or Mole Man or Killmonger, it does come down to reason that they do limit the spectrum of attackers that can take them down easily, especially with the addition of some nodes. So my thinking is it's more valuable for you to take up a mutant champion that can
Hmm.
do both things.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well, guys, you heard the man. I really don't get an input whether I want to or not. So, all right. There's my domino, and boom, there's the rank up button, guys. So we have a brand new rank 4 domino who is now Sig 160. All right. So as I'm leveling up, I do have a few more questions, if you don't mind, you. So the first question being, do you think it's worth it now that Battlegrounds has been buffed significantly and we'll be getting a lot more of the I don't know what you call them, like token type things? You know what I'm talking about? Currency that we
Oh,
use
the
in.
trophy tokens.
Yeah. Do you think it's worth it? Because there's only 1,800 units, and I actually yesterday bought 50 SIG stones for 1,800 units, and I
Hmm.
told you the SIG levels of everybody. But do you think it's
Hmm.
worth it to go ahead and buy another 50 and take her directly to SIG 200?
Let me go to Aunt May first.
Yeah, no
uh,
problem.
what sig is your domino again?
I just took her up to
Currently?
SIG 160 currently, so it'll only be 40 more SIGs.
So at rank 4, it's 1854 at 160, and then 200 is 2225. Um, no, man. I mean, if you got like a load of units spare, I say why not? But I don't think it's like necessary because 18 units is a lot of units, and spending that just to get her to 200. I mean, yeah, I mean there is a difference, but I don't think it's that much of a difference.
Okay.
I mean, you'll be scaring the shit out of people though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I definitely want her to be a scary defender because in my opinion, I don't know if I necessarily have a ton of quote unquote scary defenders. I don't even know if I have like top choice defenders. I think I have good defenders. I think I have okay roster, but I don't
Bro, you
really
got a
think.
Mephisto. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. So Mephisto is top. I forgot about him for a second. Sorry, Mephi boy. I will agree with you. He's definitely a top 10 defender in Battlegrounds. That I did forget about. But like overall, I don't think my deck has that many scary defenders. But I guess maybe that's just my line of thinking. I just think maybe I try to either out strategize my opponent or I get extremely lucky, one of the two. But yeah, I never considered my deck to be like a defensive type of deck, in my opinion.
I mean,
Uh,
definitely not as much as Ankit's.
Yeah, Ankit is just an absolute beast with it, dude. His defenders scare the crap out of me. Like I'm like, bro, I don't even want to fight this dude no more. Oh God. But yeah, man. There you guys go. Domino is now R4 Sig 160. She may or may not go to Sig 200 sooner than later. That has yet to
Mhm.
be seen. But I do want to give you a huge shout out. Thank you so much. I'm sure this is beneficial to a lot of people because, as you know, a lot of people that watch my channel are trying to get better at the game, or they're just, a fan, and they may not be in our position as, being able to try and take on like a KT1 or a Bureau Man or a Buddy Lee or Infamous, etc. Matt Hill, the list goes on, right? They won't be able to be in that type of position yet. But through your knowledge and through your experience in talking about these things, that could hopefully help them critique their decks into something that could be, helping them drive forward, whatever level they may be. So it actually is very, very beneficial when you guys explain your rationale, and by helping me, hopefully you're helping them because they may be in a similar situation where they're like, oh man, maybe I could take up Domino because of these reasons, or oh man, maybe I could take up Archangel for these reasons. So it really, really actually helps a lot when you guys do the breakdowns and things like that, I would say. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Uh, Guys, be on the lookout. We will be having a another conversation for another R4 very, very soon. But for now, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much again, Odyssey. Do you have anything to say to everyone?
Oh man, I mean, I'm just flattered by all the praise you just gave me, and thank you for having me here.
Yeah, absolutely. But you guys have a good one. Be safe, and we'll catch you very, very soon. Peace.